Hey Soul Tribe fam, back with another lyrical message. Today, the song is Rude by Magic. I wrote this Friday, July 22nd, 2022, but God is just now releasing me to give this message. Okay, so that date may mean something to one or more of you. So let's jump in. It says Saturday morning, jumped out of bed and put on my best suit. Okay. This is a man singing. He's saying he got out of bed, he put on his best fit. He just knew he was looking good. He knew he was looking right. Okay. Got in my car and raced like a jet all the way to you. He was excited. There was such an excitement in his heart, in his spirit, in his mind. He just knew that he was doing the right thing. He knew he was doing what in his heart he should be doing. Okay. Knocked on your door with heart in my hand to ask you a question. Okay. He knocked on his door and he was exposed. Okay, he maybe even he didn't knock on his door, but that can just be descriptive. Maybe he just spoke to him, whatever happened. Okay, with heart in my hand. So he was exposed, right? His heart was in his hand. It was not covered. He was laying it all out there. Because I know that you're an old fashioned man. So he thought, or he felt that this was an old fashioned man, okay, that he was approaching. And he felt that he was doing the right thing by asking his God ordained spouse's father. Okay. Um, So it says, yeah, can I have your daughter for the rest of my life? Say yes, because I need to know. So he asked what he thought this old fashioned man, okay, his God ordained spouse's father, if he could have her hand in marriage. Okay, he thought he was doing the right thing by asking her father for her hand in marriage, and he's pleading with him like, please say yes. Like, I know this is what I want. I know this is what I want to do, and I'm coming to you for your blessing, for your agreement. Okay. um then it says, you say, I'll never get your blessing till the day you die. Tough luck, my friend, but the answer is no. So this father rejected the God ordained spouse. Okay. This father denied him his daughter's hand in marriage. He said no. And not only did he say no, he went further on to say that, like, you'll never get my blessing till the day I die. Okay. Let me stop there. This is why it's important to be careful what we say, what comes out our mouth. The tongue is very powerful. This is why we should not say things like that or come into agreement with those types of things, um, because God's will always happen. God's will, God, what God has said, it will always happen. Okay. Um, so he's like, tough luck, my friend, but the answer is no. Okay. So it goes on to say, why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Like, wow, not only did you say no, but you went further on to say that this is something that I'm never going to get. Not no for now, not no, let me think about it, not maybe, but you're saying that this is something that's never going to happen until you're dead and gone. Okay. Um, but I'm human. I'm human. I had my heart in my hand. I came to you and you weren't even, he wasn't even kind about the rejection. Okay. The father was not kind about the rejection. He was very harsh. He was very rude. He was very demeaning in the way that he rejected this man. Okay. Um, Then he says, I'm going to marry her anyway. Marry that girl. Marry her anyway. Marry that girl, no matter what you say. Marry that girl and we'll be a family. Why you got to be so rude? So he's saying right here, like, it don't matter what I have to do. Okay. What hills I have to climb. I know she's the one. I'm going to marry her. And it doesn't matter what you say. That we're going to be a family. Okay? We're getting married despite what you have to say, despite how you may look at it, despite whatever the case may be. I'm going to marry her. He says, I hate to do this. You leave me no choice. Can't live without her. Love me or hate me, we will be standing at the altar. Okay. So he's saying flat out, like, look, whether you love me, you hate me, I came to you for your blessing. You denied it, but I know this is the one, and I'm going to marry her despite what you have to say. So you may as well just get over it because it's going to happen. And we're going to be standing at that altar. And he goes on to say, or we will run away to another galaxy. She's in love with me. She will go anywhere I go. So this man knows that the woman, this God ordained spouse, is in love with him, and she will go. She will not only marry him, but if they have to leave, if they have to go, so be it. That's what she's doing. Rebecca go, okay? Rebecca had to leave her family, okay? Rebecca had to go. Rebecca had to go, even though they tried to keep her there and tell them, just another night, just this, just that. No, Rebecca go. Just like Rebecca went, you go, sis. Okay. Um, Goes back to, can I have the daughter, can I have your daughter for the rest of my life? Say yes, because I need to know. You say I'll never get your blessing until the day you die. Tough luck, my friend. Because the answer's still no. Okay, why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Why you gotta be so rude? He says, I'm gonna marry her anyway. Marry that girl. Marry her anyway. Marry that girl no matter what you say. Marry that girl and we'll be a family. Why you gotta be so rude? And then it says rude again. Then it goes into why you gotta be so rude. Can I have your daughter for the rest of my life? Say yes, because I need to know. Say I'll never get your blessing till the day you die. Tough luck, my friend, but no still means no. Okay, so this is a dialogue that they're having in this song, and he's telling him up front. Okay, he's being very forthcoming with the father that no matter what you say, I'm going to marry her. She'll leave with me if I say go. And like, why are you being so rude? Despite your rudeness, despite what you have to say, it is what it is. We're still going to get married. We're still going to be a family. Like you have nothing to say about it at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna marry her. I'm gonna marry her. This is what I'm gonna do. Okay. Um, and it just keeps repeating the chorus. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Yeah, I'm gonna marry her anyway. Marry that girl. Um, for who this is for the woman this is for, God told you who your God ordained spouse is. You know beyond the shadow of a doubt who this man is. And for the God ordained spouse male, He knows beyond the shadow of a doubt who you are. Okay. There was an interference, so to speak. And in this case, it's the father, okay? Um Esther had Haman as an interference in her God ordained spouse story, okay? And Haman died. Haman died. He didn't even know he was coming up against a Jew who Esther, was a Jew. He didn't even know he was coming up against a Jew. But I'm also, God also led me to Lamentations 3:46, and He wants me to go through also verse 48. But the song was 3 minutes and 46 seconds, and it says, "All of our enemies have opened their mouths wide against us. We have suffered terror and pitfalls, ruin and destruction." Okay, for those who this is for, you have suffered. You have suffered as a result of this woman's father, okay, this woman's dad saying no. But it has only strengthened the love and desire that the two of you have for one another, okay? What the devil meant for bad, God meant for good, okay? I released two other words, one Friday and one either Saturday or Sunday, I believe. And I'm hearing and feeling in my spirit that these words are almost intertwined. So for who this may be for, the God ordained spouse, though the male God ordained spouse, though maybe dealing with someone else previously, was still determined that you were the one, that you were his rib, okay? And he was trying to figure out a way that how he was going to come forth, how he was going to marry you anyway, okay? There may have been one or more counterfeits involved. They are now removed from the situation, and he is coming forth to get you. He is coming for his rib. He's coming because he's determined that no matter what, he is going to marry you. He knows that you are the one. God has already revealed you to him, just as God has already revealed him to you. Okay? I'm also hearing what God has put together, let no man asunder. Okay. So God's will be done no matter what. Okay. There were what seemed like interferences and delayed, but they were all under a controlled situation because God allowed it. God allowed these things to happen so that the two of you would fight your own individual fight. Okay. The two of you had your own individual fight into growing, into maturing to the place where God wanted you in order to come back together to fulfill your purpose as God ordained spouses. Okay. I hope that makes sense to who it's for. To who it's for, it will make sense to who it's for. Okay. You each fought your own individual battles. You each fought your own individual warfare. Okay. Rude had to deal with rejection. Okay. Maybe your God ordained spouse was dealing with rejection, the spirit of rejection, battling the spirit of rejection, maybe even from childhood. Okay, maybe this is childhood trauma. This is something that he had to get over. Okay, he had to get over the spirit of rejection in order to come into union with you. And whatever fight you had to fight, that too was all in the plan in order to bring the two of you into union. Okay, I remember I'm it's coming to memory of a there was something going over the internet a while back, and it said your husband and your dad get into an argument, and your dad tells you to sit down and your husband says to leave. Who are you going to listen to? Okay. The answer is your husband. Whether he was right or wrong, whatever the case may be, your husband is the head of your household. Okay. So your dad, so maybe for the female God ordained spouse, she had to disconnect herself from her dad in order to be able to, in order to make space for it, in order to have room for her God ordained spouse to be the head of her household. Okay. There are so many different different ways that I'm hearing this, and different ways that this word is going right now. But I think the bottom line and point is um, the male God ordained spouse is coming forth. Okay. In the video, in the music video, they actually elope and have they elope, and then they go back to her father's house and have a celebration. Okay, so this may be part of your story too. In order to fulfill your purpose, maybe you have to elope, and that's fine. Focus on the marriage and not the wedding. Okay, the wedding is but a day, the marriage is a lifetime. Okay, so they did in the video get married, and they did go back and have a celebration after. And though her dad was there, he was present. Okay, he didn't look too happy, but it was what it was at that point. They were already married, they had already fulfilled that portion of their purpose unto the Lord. So whoever this is for, that may be part of your storyline too. Okay, maybe it is that you will elope in order to fulfill that portion of your purpose. Maybe you'll go back and have a wedding. Okay, maybe you'll go back and have a reception. Maybe you won't. Okay, but the bottom line and point, and if you haven't listened to those other two words, one is a whale of a tale, Jonah, and I can't remember the name of the other one right now. But if you haven't listened to those two previous words, go back and listen to them, because one or more parts in this storyline connect to that. Okay, this is a connected message for whoever this is for. Okay, Rebecca, go. Okay, go with your spouse, follow your spouse. Do not allow this union to be delayed any further. You've already fought your own individual battles separately. Now it's time to come together as one, okay? To become one. Now it's time to come together as one and fight together as one, to fight together, okay? I love you all with the love of the Lord. God loves you more. Until next time.